I was just contacted 4 days ago by my fiance's other fiance and their 8 kids. So when she had reached out the night prior, she had just wrote me and was like, hey, are you Christopher's fiance? He told me that you were just promo. I'm like, yes, I'm his fiance. How did you get my phone number? And promo, ? She said, can you please call me? I call her, no answer. Call her again, no answer. I'm texting, it's being delivered, but she's not responding. I hit my homegirl up and I send the number to her and I'm like, hey, hit this girl up. Like, she just told me she's Christopher's fiance and now she's not answering.
Oh no!
Back again with another video, and I'm still surprised that TikTok is free. People just come on here and blast their business, and I am here to show y'all the algorithm that I built brick by brick. Now, if you saw the last video similar to this one, then you know that I have notes so we don't waste time. As y'all heard, she gave her homegirl the number of the girl, which I learned is Adriana. She gave Adriana's number to her homegirl and said, can you hit up this number? And the homegirl was like, Jazz, do you think he did something to her? Or is this just some type of weird cover up that's happening? And Jazz was like, listen, I don't know. Just call her and figure it out for me. Something. Homegirl tries to call Adriana. Adriana doesn't answer. The next morning, she reaches out to Jazz's homegirl, and Jazz's homegirl's like, let me tell you who I am. Then I'm gonna merge the call with the lady that tried to call you back, but you didn't answer. Now, y'all, the baby mama tells Jazz that, listen, Christopher moved me from Arizona to Texas. And that's exactly what Christopher did to Jazz as well. She was from Arizona, moved to Texas for Christopher. Christopher has Jazz at Waco and has Adriana in Dallas. Now, I don't know who this Christopher is, but this is how he looks like, okay? And he is playing some games that are very dangerous. And I'm sure these are games that were played way back in the day when social media wasn't a thing. I mean, they're still being played now, so anyway. Christopher moves Jazz to Waco, exactly where he works. Baby mama tells Jazz, hey, we have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 kids together. Get this, my youngest child is 6 months and I'm pregnant right now. Now at this point, Jazz is like, what the heck is happening? She's in the car, Jazz, because she wanted to stay away from her kids so they don't hear this. She wasn't ready to tell them anything until she was able to explain it to them exactly how she wanted them to understand it. The baby mama's like, you don't believe me? Flips the phone. And Jazz sees Christopher's kids. She said those kids look just like him. Matter of fact, she said when the baby mama flipped the phone, she showed her Christopher in 4 different fonts, meaning 4 different kids. Now at this point, Jazz is still confused, still surprised, looking over like, are there vans that are gonna pop up? Because this has to be a prank. And then she's like, do you even know Christopher's parents? Now this is where this is messed up. Baby mama says, yes, I know them. They know me. Matter of fact, I'm in contact with them all the time. And now they know that I'm expecting his child too. So Jazz is like, oh, so they knew all of this. And so Jazz proceeds to ask her, where do you think Christopher has been this entire time when he's at Waco with me? And the baby mama's like, I thought Christopher was at the halfway house with an ankle monitor. And she admits that I've seen your videos, asked Christopher about them, but Christopher says you're doing promo for him. What promo? I don't know. To this day, I don't know what promo, but it's all a lie.
So I'm still confused why nobody is talking about this girl, acknowledging this girl. I'm like, do his baby mamas know about you? Because I've had words with the baby mama back and forth online because she commented on one of my videos on Instagram. We going back and forth in my messages. I'm like, Christopher has 2 daughters. He sends both of y'all the same amount every single month. Like, I verify it with my own eyes. She's telling me like she doesn't feel like that's good enough. Whatever. That part doesn't even matter. Nobody is correcting me that I'm saying that this man only has 2 daughters. So I asked her, do the baby mamas know about you? She said, yeah, but they don't claim me and my kids because Christopher keeps us a secret. And they call my kids slow and the hard R word, but I'm not about to say that. I'm like, what? What does that have to do with their DNA? What do you mean, like, they're not claiming you because your children are special needs? Like, y'all, I recorded all of this. She's like, yeah, and Chris never defends our children when she calls them that either. I'm like, I'm sorry, like this is a lot right now.
Now at this point, Jazz was like, this is too much. I can't handle this. Listen, let's make a deal. I want no parts. You know, I just want to leave peacefully, but I need to collect as much money as I can from Christopher. Can you work with me here? And then Jazz noticed that initially when she got in contact with the baby mama was a little shaken, acting like a DV victim, as well as showing them like bruises, like Jazz and her friend bruises, and where Christopher allegedly broke her foot, her ankle. And then fast forward, Jazz gets on a call with the baby mama. Jazz mutes herself because the baby mama needs to add or merge Christopher into the call. Now she recorded all of this. This is when Jazz was like, hold on. Since when has the victim made the perpetrator look like the victim? Because she started questioning Chris, the baby mama, saying, you hit me, right? And Chris was like, no, I didn't. And the baby mama's like, no, you threw me across the room. You did A, B, and C. And Chris was like, no, like, the only reason I even pushed you was because you slapped me. And Jazz was like, oh. Now, who is lying here? Regardless of who's lying, she wants no parts. She just wants to leave peacefully and quietly, collect the money that she needs, and move to a safer environment away from their mess. As she's thinking about how she wants to move and everything, the baby mama on the call is now threatening Christopher, telling him, I will beat you up, I will do this and that, and I will continue to do this. So now she's just like, all right. This is ridiculous.
How the hell did you just manage to make the perpetrator a victim? How did you manage to do that? We just kept catching her in like a bunch of lies. First, she says she just found out about me that day, but then the screenshots that she showed us were from a month ago. And then she slipped up and said that she seen I put in a comment. She was like, I know you didn't know about me because I seen you put in a comment that Christopher only has 2 daughters. Y'all, I haven't made no comment like that in months. That was back when me and the baby mama was going back and forth. That was months ago. Then she said, I remember your videos from when you were in the hotel. She was like, even one time I was laying next to Christopher and your video popped up and you were talking about a Christopher. And I'm showing him like, look, babe, she has a Christopher too. Me and my friend, oh, I forgot to tell y'all, my 3 homegirls were on the other phone the whole time listening to her and talking to her. Cash, Malaya, and Shawan.
Now, there are many other parts to the story where she has the text messages, she has the recordings, she even has her friends talking about Adriana. There's just one snippet I want to show y'all just to get an idea of how all the parts were going.
Adriana's a liar. She literally sat there, Chris, and told us that she tells her kids to lie to you. I mean, excuse me, y'all kids. She tells y'all kids to lie to you. She keeps secrets from you. She claimed once she found out that you were going to be giving Jasmine $20,000, all of a sudden she now had $20,000 when earlier in the conversation she told us she had 12. And she said that she had $20,000 spread out through everybody's house. So do you have 12 or do you have 20?
Now, like I said, there are so many parts to this, and some of them, the volume is just too low. The friend's going off and she's doing nothing but cussing and there's no real context to it. The most important part was the last part, and I'll put it here for both of us to watch.
All right, before I get ready for bed, I just wanted to address me knowing that he's been cheating for the last 2 months. Or I think it's 3 months now. So I'm going to have to go back a little bit real quick. Chris came and got me from Arizona after he went and got her from Arizona, and brought her to a hotel in Dallas and brought me to a hotel in Waco where he worked. And I guess at some point while we was in the hotel, he told her that he was going to jail. Because like she said out her own mouth, she thought for the last year up until April that Chris was in a halfway house this whole time when he was here. I ended up breaking up with Chris for a few reasons, but none of it had to do with infidelity. And then I started paying for my hotel on my own. Anyways, fast forward. He ends up getting a house for us, showing it to us. It's the house that she lives in right now. So he showed it to us, and I was like, nah, I'm cool. Like, I ain't trying to live here. I'm trying to be in Houston with my peoples. So I'm finna go find my own place. He was like, whenever you find a place, just let me know. I got you. I'm still not betting on that, so I'm still working my butt off. Now, being homeless at this time, working, no food stamps, because in Texas, if you have a job, you can't get no food stamps. I wasn't quite calculating the cost of food. So I ended up being short like $700. He was like, I'll pay the whole thing on one condition. I said the whole thing. So in my head, I'm like, I'm finna pocket all the money that I already saved just now. He's like, yeah, I'll pay the whole thing right now under one condition. I'm like, what's the condition? He was like, I get to come over there every other weekend. I'm like, you ain't finna pay this and be at my house every other weekend? Like, we're not together at this time. He's like, fine, I'll pay most of your bills and I get to come over every weekend. I said, okay, now you talking. So if you're not new here, you kept seeing me say, oh, my weekend man is on the way. Oh, it's about to be the first. Let me get ready to see my weekend man. I absolutely loved our little arrangement. It was no strings attached. You paid all the bills. I just had to agree that no dude could step foot in this house. I don't want no other dude around my kids. No way. That's the perfect setup. If I want to see somebody else, they gonna have to give me a nice hotel. He ain't like that. So he working his butt off to convince me to now be with him. I'm talking, he doing, y'all seen it? He was damn near showing up every single day, driving back hella tired. For months while I lived in this house that he got me, he tried to get me to be with him. I'm telling him over and over again, like, nah, I like our arrangement. Like, we ain't even got to do all that. Like, it's fine. I love what we have. We have the best time together, amazing in bed, and you pay for everything. And in the event you find a little shorty that you're interested in, I can't even get mad at you because we not together. It was the perfect setup.
Y'all are grown, you can do whatever you want, but that is not the perfect setup. I need you to stop saying that's the perfect setup because that can actually get you set up. Christopher is listen, you need to stay away from Christopher. Matter of fact, if anybody knows a Christopher, no, I'm kidding. Christopher is a walking, talking red flag. Stay away from him.
He was not going for it. He just wanted me full time. Like, bro, you literally had the perfect setup. You had me set up at every other weekend. Then you still could have had your main family over there because she already said multiple times she was okay with being hidden. She knows you deal with other women. She doesn't care. So it's like, shorty, if you don't care and you're telling me he's a great dad to you.
Is it that good? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Is it that good? I'm gonna need somebody that's stuck in the same delusion to let me know in the comment section below.
Your kids? Because that's what she kept saying. She kept saying he's such a great dad. He's a great stepdad. I'm saying the same thing. Like, yeah, he really is. So if he's being a good father, he's just taking care of 2 households. And I'm okay with him only seeing me on the weekends or every other weekend because I love living by myself. And I get to wake up and do whatever I want to do on a daily. Everything is paid for. Who is turning that down? But no, you thought you was clever enough to have 2 main bitches. Now, I would never be no side to no married woman. Before I even knew about the girl, like I said earlier, that was already my plan. For me to just deal with him every other weekend, no strings attached. And if he wanted to go be with another woman, whenever he wanted to be with another woman, he could do that. So that was already my plan with him before I even knew about this girl. Like, bro, you so damn goofy. You had the perfect setup.
Once again, it's not the perfect setup. Matter of fact, like, unless you guys have an agreement, as in y'all in some type of poly relationship, like polygamy, y'all just moving and grooving and hunching and busting. Like, STDs and STIs don't exist. If a person can't respect you enough to tell you what type of relationship they'd want with you, do you think they'd respect you in trying to keep you safe away from diseases? I don't know. There's a lot of people that move and groove like there's no diseases. STDs and STIs are popping. Major hotspots, Houston and Atlanta. And I might just add and argue Dallas. Just saying. Y'all, be safe out there. I'm telling y'all right now, please. You're okay with him coming to see you every other week? You don't care who he goes to? You need to start caring. Some people even start taking PrEP while they're dating and sleeping around because they don't want to catch HIV. They don't want to catch A, B, C, D.
I damn near want to give tips on how to cheat because, bro, you really suck. You got caught immediately. I literally gave you an exact timeline on when you started cheating, and she literally told me she moved in at the end of April, right at the timeline where I told you it happened at. The way you cheat is like quite literally insulting. The way you lie is even more insulting. But I understand why you lie the way you do because the people that you deal with actually believe you. And you lied just like your daddy. As soon as the video started and I walked up, I said, you guys know about this girl named Adriana with all his kids because she has pictures of all of y'all. He's still over here talking about some who? You lie like your daddy. I can't even be mad at you. I am a little hurt, y'all. Like I said, I already knew about the cheating. I just didn't know the extent of it. Just sitting here realizing, like, dang, everything was a lie, like everything from the beginning. How did you get away with it? But I know how you got away with it. Because she says she was okay with being hidden. She knows nobody claims her. And I just find that so crazy. And now all of a sudden, oh, I'm about to make him claim me now. He got to post me now. He ain't hiding me no more. I'm about to be his wife next week. Girl, I'm not even mad at you because I promise you I would not let a dude knock me up 5 times and think he was walking away. Because if you was going to stay, stay. All I asked for was a little bit of time to get out of it. And because you were being vindictive the entire time when you reached out to me, and just based off your reasoning for reaching out to me, because you said there's 5 women and you only reached out to me. But because you were being vindictive, this is where we are. I wasn't even going to post this to the internet because I still wanted to protect her, her kids, and mine. But once she let him know my plan, she put us all in a compromising position. And she thinks domestic violence is cool and funny, and I don't think that. I take that shit very seriously.
My jaw dropped at that last bit because I forgot that this man has 8 kids. Maybe Christopher and Adriana had an agreement and she was cool with it up until now, but you being okay with being hidden and you're about to marry this guy, you're standing 10 toes. You know what? It ain't none of my business. All I can say is vet these men as best as you can and pray for the best. I want to take this moment and thank all my anti-Delulu Den members for rocking with me. And please utilize the badge effects that you guys have. Please and thank you. Have a good day, and I'll see y'all next time.